I was going to do it on postcards, but to be honest, the eyesight's gone really bad, so anything could happen later on. So, thought we'd go all technical, so here we go. Our first performer tonight is officially disabled and uses a stick the majority of the time due to his functional neurological disorder and other related issues. So his greatest trick tonight might be not falling over whilst he's on stage. I only mention this because he wants you all to know if he does any sudden body jerks or unexpected movements, it's nothing to do with the magic. And he's not trying to purposely distract you. So with that said, please welcome to the stage, magician, mind reader and hypnotist, Jonathan Royle.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen, but I was always told you should start with a quick gag. You'll get that on the drive home. Some foul on stony ground. Good evening and welcome. My name's Jonathan Royle, and as he said, I wrote that, by the way, so you don't have to think, oh, what a nasty man saying those things. I told him get it out there, so if anything weird like that does happen, it isn't magic, it's not misdirection, it's not going to go, look over there, well, please hope not. With that in mind, I am a little bit nervous. It's the first show that I have done since being diagnosed and these issues really stepping up over the past few months. So I am somewhat nervous, and apparently an audience can smell fear, especially before you come on stage. I cut a word there out because there's kids in, you see, keeping this clean. And I've always done magic from the day I was born. Yeah, the day I was born was the first trick I ever did. I came out with a woman in the bed next to my mum. Think about it. My dad looked down at me, he said, Rover, well, he'd always wanted a dog. He said, Rover, you'll go far. And I did. That night, he locked me in the guards van on the 8:15 to London Newton. Yeah. You'll wake up eventually. There's an old technique in show business. And they do this, and being first on is always hardest. So I want to get you all warmed up, ready for everyone later, and hopefully you won't be pissing yourself laughing just at the fact I keep falling over if that happens. Hopefully that isn't going to happen. That will be the amazing, amazing thing. We're going to split you into two halves. This side of the room is side A, okay? Your side A. From there. This side of the room is side B. Over there. Okay? Just get you warmed up. But when, during the course of tonight, our wonderful performers do something amazing, you go mad with applause. So we're going to rehearse first. So side A over here. On the count of 3. Just imagine Mike or one of our other wonderful performers who just finished an amazing trick. Something vanished, appeared, or something magical happened. On the count of 3. Go crazy with applause. 1, 2, 3. That was good. Quite good. However, you now know what they think's good. So you can do better than that, I'm sure. Okay? Let's find out on the count of 3. This side of the room only. 1, 2, 3. Slightly better. So you now know what their idea of good is. So you can do better than that in a minute. But you know that they're going to try and do better than you did. Do you know what that means? You've got to do better than you just did and better than you think they'll do. So together we can raise the roof for the rest of the night. I bet it's a fantastic night. So let's try it on the count of 3. Everyone, all together. Something amazing happened with one of our performers. 1, 2, 3. Excellent, excellent. As I say, I had a strange childhood. That was the first trick I did, and then it was quite sad actually when I was growing up. Nobody cares for me. I had a sad childhood. Oh. I did, seriously. At the age of 6, I was left an orphan. Oh. Actually, at the age of 6, what did I want as an orphan? And at the age of 7, I lost both my parents. Oh. What a card game that was. Never played cards since. Really, I haven't. I'm scared of winning them back. And then as I was growing up, I used to see Paul Daniels. Who knows who Paul Daniels was?
Yay!
The majority. Some of the younger ones won't. You've probably heard. People like Dynamo, maybe. The younger ones heard of Dynamo? No? Probably somebody on YouTube that I've not even heard of. But I saw Paul Daniels. He was my hero growing up doing magic, and it made me go and see a live magic show. And one day, I asked my girlfriend to call me a cab. I was at school, but I asked her to call me a cab. She said, "Jonathan, you're a cab." The cab pulled up with a jerk. The jerk got out, and I got in. And we were driving along, and the driver's going. Then he stopped. He got a sore throat. And you're warming up. You're warming up over here. Tell people over there what's funny. And eventually we arrived at the Squids Hotel. It's like the Ritz, except the food's not quite so good. And I walked inside, and there was a magician on stage performing with his assistant. Some people have got no shame. That one's for the adults, and some of you got it. And he was doing a trick with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. But he threw away 1, 2, gave him a flick. It's the flick that did the trick. And he was still left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. And the whole audience went, "Call blimey."
Call blimey.
Obviously, this side of the audience, it wasn't you, weren't there? You try and do that at the same time. I know it's difficult. We won't do those guys either. You can work them out for yourself, adults. Yeah. Afterwards, I went up to the magician and said, "You know that trick you did with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards, where you threw away 1, 2, gave them a flick, it's the flick that did the trick, and you were still left with 3, 4, 5 cards, and the whole audience went, "Oh, you're getting that, excellent." He said, "Yeah." I said, "Can you tell me how it's done? Because I'd really like to learn magic." And he said, "I can." I said, "Why not?" He said, "Because I'm a member of the Secret Five." And apparently it was so secret he didn't know who the other 4 members were. But he did give me a piece of advice. He said there was a magic shop in Blackpool. So I travelled up to Blackpool. I went to the magic shop. I knocked on the door. And the man answered the door in his pyjamas. I thought, what a funny place to keep a door. And I said to him, "Have you got that trick with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards where you throw away 1, 2, give them a flick, it's the flick that does the trick, and you're still left with 3, 4, 5 cards, and the whole audience goes, 'Oh, he said no. And that's my dreams as a little boy. I was about to walk away, and he said, "Hang on a minute." He said, "We have got a trick with 5 cards where you throw away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards, and you're left with 2, as opposed to throwing away 2 and being left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards, and the whole audience goes, 'Oh, blimey!'" So you see, ladies and gentlemen, this evening I did want to start you with that trick that I first saw many, many years ago, using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. When you throw away 1, 2 cards, give them a flick, it's the flick that does the trick, and you're still left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards, and the whole audience goes, "Oh." But I just couldn't find out how it was done. I thank you. Don't stop. With that round of applause, by the way, somebody put the chips in. Now, they say that magic is about sleight of hand. Ah! I didn't see that coming. But actually it is. So this is, to get us warmed up, when I do something a bit more difficult later, I need you to be fully paying attention. So here's the idea. I've got a small red ball. It's a disability, but I do my best. And I'm going to, you know that, you know it, don't you? The game where you get a coin or something and you hide it in one of your hands and see if your mum or dad knows which hand it's in. Start with you. I'm going to go like that, like that, like that. Which hand do you think it's in? Hand A or hand B? Oh, he's right. Give him a round of applause. You got it. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to. You got it. Try all this here. Hand A or hand B? Think it's in B? Oh, sorry, I got you this time. You get the idea, you're going to watch really, really closely. Let's try an adult as well. Let's try the gentleman sat there. You, sir. You don't mind if I call you sir, do you? After all, it's only fun. So, keep an eye on the ball. It's going to be either in the left hand, the right hand, or it could be somewhere else. But keep your eye on where you think. Ball. Is it in hand A or hand B?
Hand A.
Is that honestly, sincerely your answer? You think it's in hand there?
Yeah.
No, it's in neither hand. I thought I made it quite clear. No. I don't know why you're clapping now. That's not a trick. Well, thank you. And you are actually warming up. That's good. No. I'm going to try one more time. I'm going to give you a second chance then, because that really wasn't fair of me to take the ball and mess with it that much. So I'm not going to go near my pocket. You're not going to see that. I'm not going near the pocket. And that was partly me purposely trying to distract you, but also partly one of those weird body movements that apparently happens with my disability. So, you get one choice. Hand A or hand B. Which hand do you think? The red ball is now in.
Okay.
You're going for A. Well, you picked hand A, and actually you got the right colour, it's just that you got the wrong shape. I'll let you into a secret, though. If you'd have picked this hand, you'd have had the right shape, but the wrong colour. Sorry, there we go. I didn't manage to do the follow-up without it happening, but at least I didn't fall over. And I went back to the magic shop one time, and I said, apparently I need to learn sleight of hand, and apparently card tricks are the way to do that. I said, so I've been told to buy a deck of playing cards. So I bought one. I took them home, I took them out of the box, and everyone dropped them everywhere. I took them out of the box, and I looked at them somewhat puzzled and disappointed because they took me a bit literally. They were literally playing cards. Nothing on them whatsoever. These are exactly as they come from the factory before they're printed. They were no good to me. I went to bed that night. And I started to have a dream. I've been out to do tricks. The trouble was, I couldn't because the cards weren't printed. But in that dream, and dreams are funny. I have some funny dreams, I do. One night I dreamed I was awake. Then I woke up, found I was asleep. And then there was the night that I started dreaming I was Alan Carr. And 5 minutes later I started dreaming I was Julian Clary. And 5 minutes later I started dreaming I was RuPaul. It's my own fault. I fell asleep on a camp bed. Oh, we found the level, have we? And then there was a politician who was doing a speech in the House of Lords. No, he wasn't. That's entirely fucking up because of my brain. Disability, ladies and gentlemen. We'll try that again. Rewind. There was a politician who dreamed he was doing a speech in the House of Lords. Then he woke up and found he was. It's funnier that when you get it right the first time, strangely. But as I say, I was really disappointed that all these cards were blank. But in my dream, I just dreamed that maybe a face appeared, and it did, the Jack of Clubs. Unfortunately, it had no back. And that'd be no good to me whatsoever, because obviously all the rest were just blank. And he's throwing them on the floor. Ah, he can't. Ooh, that's very painful. What I needed was a back design, so I thought of a blue geometrical one. And then suddenly, one appeared. It had no face. Again, that was no good. What we needed was a deck full of cards that were printed on both sides. So for that, unfortunately in my dream, anything was possible. And suddenly, a face appeared. A back appeared. And each and every card in that deck had suddenly become printed, both fronts. But obviously, like all dreams, all good things must come to an end, as the monkey said, when he got his tail caught in a bacon slicer. And I woke up in the morning, and when I did, suddenly, just as my mind was blank, the cards were back blank, because the way they'd been the night before. We'll try a bit of mind reading now. Okay, let me see the difference. Okay, I've got 3 cards here. Now, I don't want you to think I'm trying to influence you by saying square. Okay? Any louder than I say circle or cross. So don't be influenced if I say square any louder than I say circle or cross. You've got the idea. I want this to be a free choice. Don't feel that you have to take square as opposed to circle or cross. Does that make sense, sir? Excellent, thank you. And don't think whatever you do that I made the cross red because that's like a danger sign saying don't take that. Okay? Or that I made the circle yellow because it's like yellow belly, coward, negative association, so that you wouldn't choose it, leaving the square. Entirely free choice, whichever one you pick, genuinely is the one that will be your card. Which card would you like?
I'm colourblind, so...
Just name it. Well, cross, circle, or square.
Square, I'll be kind. Square. Let's go for square.
It's probably better if you don't, because otherwise it looks like we set this up.
We'll go for the circle.
You're going for the circle, alright. You did have a free choice, but we've not set this up. We've not met before, have we?
No.
How do you know it's me then? Well, no, seriously, that was a free choice. What's interesting is you could have picked the square. You genuinely could have done, but it would have looked a bit dodgy. That's got a blue back. Trust me, the audience will confirm it. That's the red cross has also got a blue back. But of all the cards you could have chosen, you happen to decide to pick the only one with a red back. They'll tell you now, because my brain doesn't work properly, apparently, and that's what they literally told me. Functional neurological. You're firing wrong, it's like MS without the brain scarring, and that's why I forget things and stuff. I actually don't even know how long I've been up here, so can I have a time check? Right, we'll do one final thing then, because I'm only supposed to do about 25 minutes, so I will move this in. We're going to try something with absolutely everybody in the audience. I'm just going to move that out of the way for now. Brilliant. And that. What I have here are some, they're not large cards, I've just got very small hands. But these are ESP cards, okay? We have 2 circles, we have 2 crosses, 2 sets of wavy lines, 2 squares, and 2 stars. This, as it was before, will always be pile A, okay? That doesn't make sense to you out there because you're watching me. I've just realised we'll make this pile A because it looks better from your point of view, doesn't it? So this will be pile A at all times and that will be pile B, okay? To avoid confusions. If I ask you to pick a pile, if you say pile A, I promise I will always pick up this pile. If I don't, you shout at me and go, Jonathan, wrong pile. Okay? If you say pile B, I'll pick up this pile. If I go for the wrong pile, and I do, not on purpose, you shout at me. Okay? Does that make sense? So, we're going to start with the gentleman here. Would you like me to pick up pile A or B? A. Okay, in which case we'll place that on top of B. And I'm just going to give these a few mixes so that we don't exactly know what order they're in. And then we'll just split them into 2 piles of 5, pile A, pile B. Our aim is as a group. You've heard of this million monkey thing. If you take a million monkeys in a room with a million typewriters, eventually they'll write Shakespeare. It's about group psychology. Well, let's see if as a group we can make these final 2 cards match under impossible circumstances, which if we do, you all give yourself a massive round of applause because it'll be down to you guys and girls just as much as me. So we're going to start this room, end of the room and work that way around. So we'll start over here, the gentleman on the end. Do you like pile A or B, sir?
B.
Start with B. Now we are going to try and make the last 2 cards match. We're going to use the phrase, make the cards match. So the first word's make, M-A-K-E. I'm going to place 1 card underneath for each letter. When you feel the urge to say stop, just say stop. Which is silly, because if you've got the urge, why would you say stop? But seriously, you just say stop when you want me to, and then I will change pile, and we'll do that till we get to the end. So, make, M, A, K.
Stop.
Okay? E, make. I'm going to take those 2. We actually don't need them. So I'm just going to, shouldn't have done that. I'll just drop them next time. Okay, we'll come to this gentleman here. Would you like me to start with pile A or B?
B.
A. Okay, so it's made the. You can say stop at any time, as many times as you want. So T, H, oh, tricky customer. E. Make the, let's get rid of them. We don't need them to that last 2. Make the lady there.
B.
Start with pile B. Okay, so cards, you can stop me whenever you want. So C, A,
Stop.
R, D, S. Cards. Let's get rid of them. Oh, picked on you earlier, thank you, sir. We'll go for the lady over there. Yes, indeed. Would you like to start with pile A or B?
A.
A. So make the cards match. Remember, you can, as many times as you want, I'll change piles. M, A,
Stop.
T, C,
Stop.
H. I think we made it quite clear there that there's no jiggery-pokery going on or anything, whoa, like that. So, I do believe I've very nearly done my time. But this is called building up anticipation. If we get those two cards right, you go mad with applause because you, all collectively have managed to make that happen. Just before we find out if I've managed that. I have a normal, I say normal, I mean printed deck of cards here because they are actually printed. And I'd like you guys to just come and just take one card, any one you want, take one out. I'll turn my back, show everybody, tell me when you've done that. Yeah? Make sure I can't see it and then I'll turn around. Yeah? And just say, in fact I'll kneel down, it'll be easier than me. Just say stop.
Stop.
Okay, place your card face down there, face down. I saw it, but it doesn't matter for what I'm going to do. The three of diamonds is right next to where your jack of clubs is just gone. See, I did see it, but it doesn't matter. What I'm going to try and do is defeat my disability. I'm going to put it into that half of the deck, give the cards a shuffle, and everyone will give you a round of applause as you go back to your seat. See if you guys and girls got this right just before I leave the stage. But my second to last trick is this. I'm going to attempt to hold these cards behind my back with one hand, where I now have minimal flexibility. I'm going to attempt to find your card. We know it's the jack of clubs, is it? Yeah, it's whatever I've said before. And I'm going to try and then turn it face up in the deck. If that card is the only card face up in the deck, that will be your cue to go mad with applause. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll try this. And hopefully, I might be able to just drop them all on the floor because I've got to find the card. I have to turn it face up in the deck. Okay? I then have to cut the deck with one hand. Genuinely, I do. Which is really not doing. I may have to cheat by using my other hand. I'm going to drop them. There we go. No. Ow. Never mind. Hopefully, no pain, no gain. When this one card is face up, you all go mad with applause. That makes sense? Here we go. Get ready. Should have been with one hand. I apologise. It didn't work. That's got pain left out. But there is one card face up in that deck, and it's. Not only did I find you a card, I turned it into an entirely different one. I know that trick's, look, they might say a bit balls, or you might use ruder words, some people might, like ox. And the reason for that is because down here, there is one card. Now, you kind of have to take my word for it, we don't have time. That your card was the jack of clubs, wasn't it? And there really isn't one in there, and there isn't because there's one card and one card only there, and it is the jack of clubs. I've tried to entertain, despite disability, and I hope you've had some fun. But now my time is up and this part of the show is almost done. Some things may not have gone quite right, but nothing really tragic. But that's a chance one always takes when dabbling in magic. So now, my friends, before I pack and disappear from sight, I'd like to wish you, one and all, a jolly good. Before I say good night, though, ladies and gentlemen, I almost forgot. Did you all manage to make those final two cards match? Well, over here, we've got a cross. The stewards correctly realise I'm going to need them in a minute. Over here is a cross. Get ready to applaud because, oh, bloody hell. You made a match! where you give yourselves major applause. You might go and stand up. Tell you what, come here, show them, because you actually made